In this time of the world, when nations are rising against nations, people are left to die in poverty. Humanity first, we live to serve. In this time of the world, when nations are rising against nations, people are left to die in poverty. Humanity first, we live to serve. Where there is thirst, we provide water. Where there is hunger, we bring food. Where there is illness, we offer treatment. Humanity first, we live to serve. In devastation, we provide relief. We bring hope when there is no opportunity. Humanity first, serving mankind. Humanity first, we live to serve.
Welcome, everyone, to Humanity First Day 2024. We're so grateful you're here today. This evening, we'll be taking a journey together. A journey that showcases the incredible impact your generosity has on lives everywhere. You'll see firsthand how your support is changing the world from right here in the UK to communities across the globe. As you know, the situation in Gaza has been incredibly difficult for the past 7 months. Yet, even amidst the challenges, our dedicated teams are there on the ground providing vital support to those in need.
Children in Gaza are starving. Northern Gaza is experiencing full-blown famine, which is rapidly spreading across the strip after almost 7 months of war. The situation is a humanitarian catastrophe. Tens are dying due to the malnutrition complications. Even if not die, malnutrition will be robbed them of the ability to fully develop their brains and bodies, and this affects their life forever. In North Gaza, a number of mothers are no longer able to breastfeed their babies because they haven't enough food. They survive on animal feed, and many are not able to find enough infant formula. Also, mothers cannot feed their children and look everywhere for a single piece of bread to feed to their hungry children. Our team are trying their best to supply more food parcels in North Gaza, as we already have provided food to thousands. Please help these people by continuing to support our work.
That's a short glimpse of the situation in Gaza, which we'll be exploring in more detail later in the show. But now, let's turn our attention to one of Humanity First UK's flagship projects, the Ivory Coast Hospital. In the Ivory Coast, the lack of maternity services is particularly alarming. Sadly, far too many women die from preventable causes related to pregnancy and childbirth. By building this state-of-the-art facility, Humanity First UK hopes to significantly reduce maternal mortality rates and ensure a healthier future for generations to come. To learn more about the incredible work being done at the hospital facility, let's take a closer look. Here's a special video report.
Tragically, 5% of expectant mothers in the country won't survive. To address this critical healthcare gap, Humanity First has built Masroor Hospital, a facility which will aim to provide affordable, high-quality care to the deprived population, with a focus on clinical excellence and deep respect for patients. By investing in this project, Humanity First is working to save lives and make a real, lasting difference in the lives of those who need it most.
Years ago, with 2 civil wars, the country was set back, but soon after the wars were over, the last 8-9 years, the country has bounced back economically. But unfortunately, the health sector has not caught up with that. So much so that the care index for Ivory Coast is at 187th out of 195 listed by World Health Organization. The amenable mortality rate of the country is one of the highest in the region. And when preventable mortality rate rises that much, it is a marker that healthcare industry in that region needs investment. Let me take you to the hospital site. This is the main entrance of the hospital. This is the main reception hall for the hospital. It is, you can see we have given an opening in the sky for the green area. Let me take you to the next block. This is a separate diagnostic area which has a lab, X-ray, ultrasound, and one endoscopy unit. This is a typical semi-private room. This is the main nursing station, and there is another entrance because we have created an isolation room at the end of this hallway. We have a 4-bed ICU here, and then on my right we have a maternity wing which has 3 labor rooms, a post-op room for the mothers. Then there is one neonate ICU here as well. This is a set of the operation theaters we have. We have 2 operation theaters which comes equipped with a post-op and a pre-op, and including the sterilization. Here this is separate from the main entrance, and because it will be a 24-hour emergency, so we will be taking care of the patients, of course, from the neighboring areas and across Abidjan as well. We need your support and help to make it close to the finish line.
A truly amazing project that can only be successful with your support. Don't miss this opportunity to help build change for an entire region. Please do visit hfuk.org/donate to support our work. Now, let's take a look at a different kind of healing with sisters around the globe, an initiative looking at women's health. Join us as we explore how this project is making a significant impact in Kenya, addressing period poverty and empowering young girls. From awareness campaigns to practical solutions, discover how you can be part of this transformative movement. Let's uplift and support our global sisters.
In many parts of the world, girls and women face significant barriers to education surrounding women's health. Lack of access to basic healthcare and sanitation facilities, as well as cultural taboos surrounding menstruation, prevents many girls from attending school and reaching their full potential. But there is hope. The Humanity First Sisters Around the Globe project is changing lives and transforming communities by empowering girls and women through education and health initiatives. Through partnerships with international Humanity First volunteers and medical professionals, the project provides resources and support for girls' education, as well as sanitary and hygiene products. The impact of this work is truly remarkable, as we see girls and women gaining access to education, developing new skills, and becoming leaders in their communities. Join us in supporting the Humanity First Sisters Around the Globe project and help us empower girls and women around the world to reach their full potential.
We first took up menstrual hygiene as a project, and we realized that this was a very important problem that we needed to address, so we did exactly that. We set up an outreach in a high school in Kangemi, Nairobi, and we reached out to about 70 girls. We gave them donations of washable, reusable pads, and also donated some food to them. We did an outreach to a small village. We had the chance to meet 350 girls of the village. It was quite remote. This was an initiative set up by a medical student who reached out to us for help, and we were happy to help her out with this.
The inspiring work of our sisters in Kenya, Humanity First teams have been tackling another critical challenge facing the country: the recent devastating floods. Heavy rains have caused widespread flooding, displacing thousands and leaving many in desperate need of assistance. Humanity First has been on the ground, working tirelessly to provide emergency relief to those affected. In this next video, we'll hear firsthand from the people who have been impacted by the floods and see the incredible work being done by our teams to help them rebuild their lives.
In the heart of Mathare slums, the capital city of Kenya, Nairobi, A community has been left devastated in the aftermath of the severe flooding. Homes have been destroyed, livelihoods washed away, and families left hopeless. The once bustling streets are now submerged in water as families try to salvage what little they have left. With your donation, Humanity First Kenya has been able to support over 300 households, totaling to almost 2,000 people. With your help, we managed to provide food to the affected people of Mathare. The packages included rice, cooking oil, beans, sugar, and many more.
What I can say is thank you. May you all be blessed for the mercy you have shown us. After noticing the suffering that we are experiencing, we were suffering and experiencing hardship, sleeping hungry, staying hungry with our kids, wondering where we were going to get food. We are happy that you have remembered us. Floods have certainly affected us. Our houses by the river have been swept away by water. Some of us drowned and got carried away by water too. We are still living in anxiety of what could become of us from the floods. We are really thankful. Be blessed.
Tunaogopa, tunakesha tukifikiria tena itakuja kutubeba vile inaendelea vile ilibeba wengine. Hakika tumeshukuru sana, mbarikiwe.
Despite the circumstances, the team of volunteers in Kenya ensured that the project of Humanity First is success, and hence, no matter the conditions of the weather, the project became a success. We also prepared cooked food for those who were completely displaced and left homeless. The food was distributed to them so that at least they could have something to put in their stomach. We thank you for your donation and support. Please continue to enable Humanity First to make a difference and help us change lives.
Simple. Give money, help people. But how does the money in your pocket become vital help for people in need? Let's take medicine, for example. When you donate, the medicine has to be procured, packed up, taken to the airport, loaded on an airplane, flown thousands of miles, then taken by road, but not on roads like this, roads like this, and this. Or sometimes jungles with no roads, or a ferry. You get the idea. Finally, they arrive, but we can't just hand them out. So we send doctors with them to diagnose the patients and dispense it safely. So the journey to turn your donation into the help people need is a long one, but worth it for the difference it makes to people's lives.
A much-needed initiative addressing a huge need. Your donations are making it possible to reach many people in need. Unfortunately, here in the UK, we are seeing an ever-increasing crisis, with more and more people unable to put food on the table. Food banks are a vital lifeline for thousands across the country. And we opened our first UK food bank located in Mirfield, Yorkshire back in July 2020. Let's hear from our volunteer, Christina.
I'm here at the food bank with Christina, and she's got something to say to our supporters.
Hi, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Christina Russell and I manage the food bank 4 days a week. I've been doing this for 3 years, and in that time we've seen an increase in staff from 3 volunteers to 17 volunteers. I have continued to do this job as I enjoy helping clients who are struggling to meet their basic needs and obviously need our support. We help various cultures and refugees, all different types of clients, and we offer dignity and equality and respect and do not judge. We also support clients who are working and others who are on benefits and homeless. And we also do referrals. We also do deliveries to the clients that has gone up over the years for clients who can't get to us. Without the food bank, the clients will struggle to feed themselves and their families, so the support we give is essential. I would hope to expand the food bank as the number of clients is just increasing every month. Thank you.
Herefordshire, a beautiful part of the country, but like everywhere, life can be hard. The food bank charity the Trussell Trust says in every part of the UK, increasing numbers of people are running out of food and money to buy it.
Last year, its food banks gave out nearly 3 million emergency food parcels, 37% more than the year before, and over 1 million of those went to children. 760,000 people used a food bank for the first time.
As everyone knows, food poverty is a massive thing in this country now, and there's families with small children who do not have any food in their cupboards, vulnerable people with no shopping. Here we are again at Humanity First, our new food bank in Mirfield. We'd just like to show you around, tell you a little bit about what we've been doing over the past few weeks. In the beginning, the shell, it was empty, all run down. And then we got a team of volunteers together, put a shout out for some items, what we need. Within a few weeks, some people donated all the shelving. People came in, did all the decorating, the carpet tiles, and we've had a desk donated, a computer, a printer, all the seating. All the work what's been done has been totally voluntary. All the food has been donated from supermarkets in the area, and we have carrier bags which we hand out to people and they bring back with a few donations. So all this stock has been donated by members of the public. There's breakfast cereals, there's milk, soup, beans, bread, toiletries, snacks, biscuits. There's every food item that you can think of, really. That's for any single parents, vulnerable, anybody who needs food. We'd like to say thank you to everybody who's been involved, all the volunteers, because we couldn't do it without you, the supermarkets, everybody in the local area, and hopefully the impact what we'll have will be beneficial to all those vulnerable and needy families, especially in this economic climate.
First serving mankind, humanity first, we live to serve.
In the incredible work being done at our food banks, ensuring that no one goes hungry. Our dedication to serving those in need is rooted in the vision of a true humanitarian leader. Let's take a moment to hear a few inspiring words from Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmed, the visionary who established Humanity First.
तमाम बड़े-बड़े मुल्कों में जमात अहमदिया को ये जायजा लेना चाहिए कि जिस तरह रेड क्रॉस वगैरह इंटरनेशनल सोसाइटीज हैं, उस तरह अगर मजहबी सोसाइटियां भी एक बैनुल अक़वामी हैसियत से पहचानी और जानी जाएं और उनका एक मकाम कायम हो सकता हो, तो जमात अहमदिया को अब वक्त आ गया है कि अपनी आज़ाद सोसाइटी बनानी चाहिए। तो जमात अहमदिया के मर्जी के ताबे खिदमत करे और तक़वा और इंसाफ के साथ खिदमत करे और मजहब व मिल्लत और रंग व नस्ल के इम्तियाज के बगैर खिदमत करे और इस खिदमत में गैरों को भी शरीफ लोगों, शरीफ नफ्स गैरों को भी साथ शामिल करें। तो जायजा लेना चाहिए। जहां तक मेरा तासुर है, ईसाई अंजुमनों को इस बात की इजाजत दी है और बाकायदा रजिस्टर्ड हैं यूनाइटेड नेशंस के साथ। अगर ये मेरा तासुर दुरुस्त है तो जमात अहमदिया को पूरे जोर से अब कोशिश करके बैनुल अक़वामी खिदमत खल्क़ का इदारा कायम करना चाहिए और उस इदारे का दायरा कार तमाम बनी नौ इंसान तक आम होगा और उसमें सिर्फ अहमदियों से चंदा नहीं लिया जाएगा, बल्कि शरीफ नफ्स दुनिया के किसी भी इंसान से जो इस इदारे में शामिल होकर खिदमत करना चाहता हो, उसको भी खिदमत का मौका दिया जाएगा। अल्लाह ताला इसकी तौफीक अता फरमाए।
Humanity first, serving mankind. Humanity first, we live to serve.
Words from a compassionate visionary, planting the seeds that became the global charity you see today. It's now time to turn our attention to a disaster that sadly needs no introduction. The people of Gaza are living in the most appalling conditions. Forced out of their homes, many are without power, food, water or sanitation, living in constant fear, and the situation is worsening with every passing day. Humanity. First is working tirelessly to provide vital aid essential for saving the lives of men, women and children. We look to January, when our chairman Dr. Aziz Hafiz led a team of 3 as one of the first British non-governmental organisations to enter Gaza since the outbreak in October last year.
Hi, this is Aziz from Humanity First. I'm here in Rafah, in Gaza. They've got no access to water, they've got no access to food, and they've got no access to sanitation.
Rafah city is full of IDPs, internally displaced people. More than nearly 90% of the population of Gaza is displaced to the south.
And we're here at the OCHA offices in Cairo, ready to set off through the Sinai Peninsula on our way to the Rafah crossing.
So we're, as part of the convoy, the UN convoy, we've just stopped for a break. We're on our way to the crossing Gaza through the Sinai tunnel, through Ismail's tunnel, through the Sinai desert. There's 7 vehicles traveling together with aid.
We all hear on the news the challenges within Gaza, but seeing is believing. Humanity First, as an international disaster response NGO, like all other NGOs, has been trying very, very hard to gain access into Gaza. For us, the priority was to see our own staff members in Gaza, to assess their welfare and also assess the needs on the ground. We're seeing families where there are no toilets and they have to pass the call of nature in plastic bags for their own dignity. Families living out in the open. It's undescribable, sadly, undescribable.
The lights are out, there's no electricity there, so it's difficult to find your way around. People had, the suffering that they had gone through. People have left their homes that they were living in all their life in.
But nowhere is safe. There's a humanitarian zone, a small humanitarian zone that you have to operate, but outside that humanitarian zone, which if I say it's about 2 kilometers in radius, beyond that it's active fighting. You're constantly hearing shelling, and my heart goes out to the people of Palestine.
1.4 million displaced people are packed into the small city of Rafah. There is no space to move, with no power and no sanitation. The stench of sewage pervades the air. Flimsy makeshift shelters made from whatever people can find cover every inch of space. Children feel the weight of water scarcity heavily on their shoulders as everyone tries to collect what little water there is. Amongst the damaged buildings, men, women and children try to survive hour by hour, day by day, not knowing what tomorrow brings.
Earlier, we saw some powerful clips from our January humanitarian visit to Gaza. The situation there remains incredibly challenging, especially for children. Humanity First is committed to supporting the well-being of Gaza's children through vital psychosocial programs. These programs help children cope with the trauma they've experienced and build resilience for the future. Let's hear from one of our female team members on the ground in Gaza. Riham Salem will share her first-hand experience of working with these important programs.
Joining us today for this special program. After 7 months of horrific war, children in Gaza are left traumatized with major psychological scars. Thousands are orphaned. They have had no education for 7 months. Thanks to your help, we have been able to support young children in shelters with psychosocial support activities to try and give them some normalcy as part of our Smiles for Gaza initiative. In addition to this, we have expanded this to provide educational activities to children in informal camp settings. We aim in the activities, besides psychological support, to develop the cognitive and emotional aspects for children, restore their self-confidence, and offer feedback to households about their children's behavior and cognitive levels. On behalf of all the children we help, we would like to thank you and please continue to support our work here in Gaza.
Truly inspiring perspective. But to see the impact of our work firsthand, we have a special video for you next. Our team visit a children's hospital in Gaza and bring a smile to the faces of young patients.
In continuation of our project Smiles for Gaza, with a fully hope of alleviating suffering of Gaza's children during the war on Gaza, we found it will be an important initiative if we arrange a visit for children's departments of Gaza's hospitals. Now we are in front of the external gate of Al-Kuwaiti Hospital and will visit some of these children, inshallah.
دكتورة شهد، في مستشفى الكويتي هان شو الصعوبات اللي انتم بتواجهوها مع الأطفال؟
يعني باليوم بنشوف كتير حالات، كتير أعداد كبيرة وفيش طاقم طبي كافي إنه يغطي. بنشوف كتير أمراض ما كانت منتشرة قبل الحرب، أمراض كتير معدية صارت منتشرة هلأ زي التهاب الكبد الوبائي ألف، زي أمراض الجدري وجدري الماء وأمراض الجرب، وهاي الأشياء كلها صارت كتير منتشرة. بنشوف باليوم كتير حالات من هذا الصنف.
Seeing the joy on those children's faces reminds us of the importance of our work in Gaza. To gain a deeper understanding of the challenges and triumphs of our work there, we'll be speaking with Yasir Shaheen, our dedicated Gaza team lead.
A father of 3 children, I was working in construction before the war as an engineer. With my team, we were building houses, hospitals, schools, and other buildings. We all were working tirelessly to make our city, Gaza, is shining. Right now, I'm living in Rafah city. I have to displace from North Gaza to this area, and now I'm sheltering in an UNRWA school in a small or tiny classroom shared by 3 families. Before October, I was living in North Gaza. My house was on a top of beautiful hill called Tel Zatar in Gaza city. Many challenges: water, toilets, food, electricity, hygiene. All these are big challenges, in addition to sounds of shelling and drone sounds. Like all internally displaced people, have to suffer when we collect our daily water, when we want to use toilets, when we want to charge our phones. Also, when ask us for food. To put it bluntly, we have to suffering in everything here in Rafah. Scared. I see pale faces. Children have been suffering for more than 7 months. The sounds of shelling make them hard to sleep, and the drone sounds ringing their ears in every all the time. 7 months away from their schools, they are deprived from all, mostly all of their rights, their rights to learn, their rights to pass the call of nature in clean toilets, to have a sufficient food, and to have their own dreams like all children around the world.
نازح من شمال قطاع غزة إلى منطقة رفح. نحن نعاني هنا منذ 7 أشهر منذ أن بدأت الحرب على قطاع غزة. أنا حاليا أسكن مع عائلتي في إحدى المدارس التابعة للأمم المتحدة. لا يوجد هنا لا ماء ولا كهرباء ولا شيء، حتى دورات المياه هنا غير صالحة. يوميا نسمع أصوات القصف القريب حولنا، أحيانا لا أستطيع النوم من شدة القصف وأصوات الانفجارات وصوت الطائرات. لا أستطيع النوم أيضا من صراخ أختي الصغيرة وبكائها عند وقوع الانفجارات حولنا. أنا كنت من الطلبة المتميزين على مستوى صفي الدراسي وكنت الأول على مدرستي. الآن أنا ومعي كل أطفال غزة محرومون من التعليم. أنا منشغل الآن ما بين الاصطفاف على طوابير الحاجات اليومية لأسرتي وما بين السير لساعات الوصول لمحطة المياه لتعبئة المياه لأمي. نحن أطفال غزة من حقنا أن نعيش بأمان، من حقنا أن نتعلم كباقي الأطفال في العالم، من حقنا أن نلعب ونمارس هواياتنا اليومية، من حقنا أن نعيش بكرامة. شكرا على إصغائكم وحضوركم هذا البرنامج، ورسالتي لكل الناس الذين يستمعون من فضلكم استمروا بدعم أطفال غزة.
We have several ongoing projects and several teams working here in Rafah and as well in North Gaza. As the most of our team members are sheltering in tents, they have to suffer like all other internally displaced people here. In water, in electricity, toilets, and so on. Transportation is a hard challenge. Streets is always congested, and there is a shortage in fuel. To arrive on activities on time, we have to use all available transportation means, even horse carts. Yeah. And even we have to walk for hours every day to arrive on time. Yes. Share with you some of our projects. Now we are in one of the displacement areas in Rafah, where most of displaced people are sheltering in tents. Our teams are also here to draw smiles on children's faces and also to provide education to children, in addition to comprehensive psychological support. Here in Riyadh school in the western area of Rafah city, where thousands of children are sheltering in this school, we continue our Smiles for Gaza program activities to address the psychological needs of children affected by the war. Up to now, we brought smiles to thousands of Gaza's children in more than 40 Al-Noor schools and shelters. These activities are taking place on daily basis and in different areas across Rafah. As a response to water crisis, we are here to provide clean water, clean drinkable water to thousands of displaced people here in Rafah. We deploy fleets of water trucks on daily basis to 4 main displacement areas in Rafah. This initiative saves families, especially young children, from walking for hours to collect their water. As we recognize the critical need for targeted intervention to enhance the resilience of communities, our teams here to deliver disaster risk education and preparedness training sessions to thousands of displaced people. This project aims to equip the displaced people with the knowledge and skills necessary to effectively respond to emergencies, thereby reducing the risk of disaster-related fatalities and injuries. In addition to that, we provide food, shelter, and cash assistance to hundreds of Gaza's people. With your support, we will be able to carry on this work and carry on these projects. Thank you. The big challenge now is invasion of Rafah. Due to the military operation in Rafah, our teams and their families have to evacuate. So we are now searching for a space to create a new camp for our teams. This is the big challenge we face. Thank you for attending, and we are very happy. Just I want to say, situation in Gaza is always worse than what we always describe. Yeah, please continue supporting us to help people.
What a powerful journey we've been on together today. We've seen the critical work Humanity First UK is doing around the world, from providing healthcare in Ivory Coast to empowering women through the Sisters Around the Globe project. With, of course, the deeply moving stories from Gaza, especially the vital support being offered to children through the psychosocial programs. We hope you have been able to learn more about our work and how you make a difference. Please donate today at hfuk.org/donate. Your support can truly change lives. Thank you so much for joining us today.